evening, everybody. Welcome to the stream. And right now, Kramatorsk, Slovansk has been bombed in the last few minutes. Donetsk is under air alert for the last 23 minutes. And, of course, I wanted to show you guys, in case you missed the shills earlier today, well, here you guys go. They wanted to reach a truck for the day, and between the donations of everybody on the stream, we got a truck done today.
Okay.
Yeah. It's gonna be in your nose here soon. Roof of the mouth. Let's go, Sujak. Let's go, Canty.
So, proper amount.
Oh my god, I'm cringed.
But Canty, we don't have 1,000 yet on your account.
Oh
my god!
I don't care. We got 1,000 on the stream right now, so I'll go for it.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did it.
that's a regret.
Oh.
Yo.
I hope nobody's eating because this could come out.
Chat's like, Canty, no. It's too late.
This is not what I meant.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
that's rough. Do you have like you can chase? Definitely. You just drink some water or something. Yeah, you did good.
His esophagus and colon must be made of steel because he's got balls of steel. So
Yo.
Ukrainian. Holy shit.
Oh.
Feels hot.
Oh, it's hot. Yep. Horseradish. Yep.
Thank you.
Terrifying.
Oh.
What did you even say?
Poor Canty. There you go. He's going through it.
Okay, I'm going to suffer for that one. Oh.
yeah, we're about to see the 7 stages of horseradish here.
Oh.
I don't know about 7 stages. I know about 2. One
Green.
gets
Yeah,
a
Green
Chad-
is definitely
One
bigger.
Yeah. Chat saying it's official. Canty is now Ukrainian.
the comments are freaking out. In the comment section, are freaking out.
Oh,
Is there another way to become Ukrainian? I mean, there are multiple routes to this. I could go through them.
So you guys want to see the full thing? Go over to Dick's the shills. I'll post a timestamp for it later. But yeah, that was today on the shills. I survived. I'm here. We've actually gone well over that amount. We were at 87, got to 97. Or excuse me, we hit the truck at 87. So we've added 7,000 more after that. But you know, huge goal. You guys are knocking it out of the park. Our deal is still in effect. And we're up to 807. So 193 more euros to go. And I get to do that again for you guys live here. Ozzy T, Catherine Sommer, Heather, Catherine Bell, The Wizard of Oz, Byron Green, Horseradish for Ukraine, you are a star, Canty, thank you. Mitch Ashdown, thank you very much. I appreciate your support of Ukraine. Of course, other donations, Nikki Hill, Elizabeth, KKGG, Linda, this is KKGG as well. Another Aussie, but not Aussie T. Michael or Michelle. He went through and donated on everybody's fundraiser. So he helped everybody out. Mitch Ashdown again, mine, and Robert Thank you all very much. I appreciate the support. I especially appreciate the support for Ukraine. Thank you so much. Getting right into it. Operational information as of 8 a.m., December 21st, 2024, regarding the Russian invasion. And as always, we start with glory to Ukraine. The 1032nd day of the large-scale armed aggression of Russian Federation against Ukraine has begun. Over the past day, 211 combat clashes took place. According to updated information, yesterday the enemy launched 6 missile strikes on the positions of Ukrainian units and settlements using 19 missiles, as well as 34 airstrikes, dropping 64 guided aerial bombs. In addition, it carried out more than 5,000 artillery strikes, including 198 from multiple launch rocket systems. And used 2,230 kamikaze drones. The enemy carried out airstrikes on the settlements of Velika Prasirka, Oleksandrivka, Zertorivka, Yastrubshivchenka, Prokhorovka, Bela Borisa, Starikovo, Vakivna, Gremyevka, Semenivka, in Sumy. This was all in Sumy Oblast. Kluski in Chernihiv region. Timofivka in Kharkiv. Konstantinivka, Valentinivka, Alexandropol, Sukovyar, Pokros, Konstantinivka, Andrivka, Velika Novosilka, Fedorivka, Dnipro, Energivka, Voleny Pol, Novo Oshutruvete in Donetsk, and Ivanka in Zaporizhia region. 16 strikes on areas of concentration of enemy personnel, munitions, and munitions were carried out over the past day by aviation, missile troops, and artillery of the defense forces. In addition to this, 3 UAV control points were hit. Yeah, that's some big numbers today. 211 combat clashes, 19 missiles, 64 guided bombs, 5,000 artillery strikes, and 2,230 kamikaze drones. That's just an amazing number. Going into the Kharkiv direction over the past day, 1 combat clash with Russian invaders took place in Voschansk. Let's just go into Kharkiv. Voschansk is up here. Oh, I forgot to mark it. Uh-oh. Right where my cursor was at. The number of combat clashes over the day in the Kupiansk direction reached 11. The defense forces repelled the attacks of the invaders in the areas of Krushivka, Shinkivka, Petropavlivka, Zazovy, and Lozova. Mark. Krushkivka, Kolonivska, Zazorovy, Lozova, and Senkova. Russians are focusing their attack here, trying to widen their hold along the Oskil River. In the Lemansky directions, our troops stopped 16 enemy attacks. the invaders concentrated their main efforts in the areas of Yampolivka, Terny, Novosibirsk, Zeleny Gay, Ivanivka, Toretsk, Hirohorivka, and the Serebryansk forest. Going south from Liman, Serebryansk forest, Hirohorivka, Torsky, Yampolivka, Katerinivka, Horivka, Novoihorivka, all along the front. 16 assaults today. Over the past day, the defense forces in the Kramatorsk directions repelled 6 enemy attempts to advance near the settlements of Chasiv Yar. And the enemy tried to penetrate our defenses 11 times in the Toretsk direction, near the settlements of Toretsk and Leonidivka. Heading south, Kramatorsk, Konstantinivka, 6 assaults in Chasiv Yar, and 11 assaults in Toretsk and Leonivka. Again, their main goal is to push through Chasiv Yar and Toretsk to get to Konstantinivka to be able to put pressure towards Kramatorsk. Every once in a while, there's a little flare up in my mouth, and it's hot, even hours later. In the Pokrovsk direction, 46 attacks, the same number over the past day, were repelled by our defenders in Pokrovsk. The enemy tried to advance near the settlements of Mirolubivka, Promin, Lysivka, Zeleny, Novotrud, Deshcheny, Zokova, Pishkani, Novoveselivka, Novoelizavetivka, Novoolexivka, and Ukrainka. If you guys remember our report from yesterday, let's start with Ukrainka. There are reports that the Da Vinci Wolves have moved into this area and will hopefully be able to turn the tide of the Russian advance in this area. Novoolenka is here. Novoelizavetivka is here. Novoveselivka is here. Voskova, Pishkani, Novotrud, Zeleny, Deshchenki, Lysivka, Sukoviyar, Promin, Mirolubivka. Pretty much the same towns every day for the past week. Russia is pushing hard, trying to make advances, and there has not been an update from Deep State in 2 days now. Hopefully that means that the defenses are holding and holding back the hordes of meat waves from Russia. In addition, the invaders actively used attack and bombing aircraft in Pokrovsk, while the defense forces continued to hold back the enemy in the Kharkiv direction. Sonsivka, Staroterny, Andrivka, Kurakovo, Deshcheny, Delany, Konstantinopolsky, and Constantinople. Here, the invaders tried to break through the Ukrainian defense lines 24 times. Just a little bit south, Sonsivka, Staroterny, Deshcheny, come on, load in, Delany, Konstantinopolsky, and Constantinople. Ukrainians are fighting hard in this area to keep them at bay. Same with Pokrovsk, and same in the Vermits direction, where 36 times the invaders tried to attack in the areas of Upensivka, Delaney, Yantarny, Rozdoli, Blahodatny, okay. That might be a new town, but that might be a mistranslation of Blahodatny. Velika Novoselka, Makrivka, Novoselka, Novopol, and Novodorivka. And 36 attacks there, 24 times in Kharkov, and I lost track of it. 46 attacks in Pokrovsk. Huge assaults happening in this area. Korsukovyali, Rozdolny, Rozliv, Velika Novosilka. Again, I think Blahodatny, Novosilka, Novodorivka. Just this entire front from Velika Novosilka up to Pokrovsk and Mirnograd is all pretty much under attack constantly throughout the day and night. In the Orikhiv direction, our defenders successfully repelled one enemy attempt to advance in the areas of Malotokmaka. I love when they skip directions. They didn't cover Huliopol, Orikhiv, Malotomaka. Russians have been trying to advance in this area for months, and Ukrainian defenders have been holding strong in this area. The enemy last day carried out airstrikes in the Dnieper River direction. In addition, our soldiers repelled 4 attacks by the Russian invaders. The Dnieper direction is essentially this entire river valley now. Airstrikes, but 4 attacks, and we assume those attacks are in the Delta area here. In the Kursk direction, 50 combat clashes took place, 9 enemy airstrikes using 11 guided aerial bombs, 400 artillery shellings of our positions. Of course, we all know Kursk, where Ukraine has pushed into Russia's borders and are making a stand against Russia on their own soil. They don't give us the towns where the assaults are happening, but I think we all know those directions by now. In the Servisk and Hulyai and Pilsky directions, since the beginning of the day, the enemy has not conducted any active actions. The operational situation in Volyn and Polizia directions have not changed. No signs of formation of offensive enemy groups have been detected. On the border with Chernihiv and Sumy regions, the enemy maintains a military presence and conducts reconnaissance activities. Goes into the losses of the Russians for the last 24 hours. Join the defense forces and Razom de Pereможemo. Together we will win. Let me pull up the losses for today. Total combat losses of the enemy, December 21st, 2024, 1,032nd day of the full-scale invasion. Today, Russia lost 1,860 troops. bringing the 2-day total over 4,000. 10 more tanks were destroyed today, 18 APVs, 32 artillery systems, 85 UAVs, 4 cruise missiles, and 98 vehicles. Well, Ukraine's still causing Russians major problems and losses. Continuing with Telegram and such. This is a video the office of the president puts out every day from Zelensky's office, I should say. This is their weekly plea for more air defense in Ukraine. Oh, hold on, let me... Kharkiv. Kiev. Kherson. Dnipro, Donetsk, Dnipro region, Kharkiv region, Kherson region, they're sitting there. Let's send them, guys. Let me open up the air raid map and go through chat. So let me just say hi to everybody that's been in chat. I did not do it earlier, so let's start from the beginning with, well, as far as back as it'll let me go. Blonde Bombsheller, Andrew Pete 3, Mitch Ashdown, Anna, good to see you. KKGG, Adam Rounds. That was all before the stream started, and since the stream started, Niels, good to see you. Welcome to the stream again, Aussie T. I'm no star Aussie T, but thank you. Ronnie Vatkin, David N, Heather Wiley, good to see you. Nura, thank you for coming. I appreciate you being here, even though you won't be here for the full stream. Oh, they make electric Snuggies, KKGG? That's interesting. Yes, I'm still alive, although my taste buds beg to differ. LJ, that's why God invented dishwashing machines. Oh yeah, Dawson was what? Oh, he could barely hold it in. It was funny. From my side, I couldn't see like me. I saw everybody else's reaction, so it was nice to go back and watch my reaction to it. It was funny. Nikki Hill, um, yeah, the horseradish with sallow is really good. The first dinner I had with Rick the Ukrainian, they brought out sallow and horseradish, and it was, oh. Well, thanks for watching the short Adam round. I'm far from a warrior, Blonde Bombsheller. I'm just a guy trying to do what I can to help Ukraine. If there's smoke coming from South Dakota, I'll know what happened. No, normally that's smoke from Canada that comes through here. Oh, are you talking about the tiny font on the deep state map, KKGG? Yeah, I even have to squint to read it sometimes. I'm wondering what formatting Ronnie's talking about. From the operational information. Yeah, the wall of text is a bit hard to read for people. If you have dyslexia, this just looks like a alphabet soup. So you'll see me do the head bob once in a while to try and get it to focus for me. Or you're talking about YouTube chat. Yeah, I agree with you, Ronnie Vatkin. The orcs are unhuman. Oh, that's already coming, Blonde Bombsheller. Probably tomorrow, right during the shill stream tomorrow. Yeah, Ko-Fi, I don't, it is what it is. Kiki, you guys playing together with each other in chat, I love it. Yes, Blonde Bombsheller, I just caught up with that. Hugs in chat. Yeah, no gremlins for the Kremlin yet, so that's not going to be streamed live. No. I'm not lactose intolerant, Ronnie. Not sure why you're asking. One of my favorite drinks is eggnog, so smoke signals coming. Yeah, I tried smoking right after I ate the horseradish, and I'll tell you one thing: if you want to quit smoking, eat some horseradish before you light up a cigarette. The cigarette tastes nasty. Oh God, Niels asks, why don't cannibals eat clowns? Because they taste like chicken. Sorry. Sorry, Amar, good to see you in chat. Thank you for coming. Linda H, good to see you. Did I ever mention that I don't like salients? You have to be... I'm sorry, I cannot read fast. It's so I can't keep up with live chat very much. I have to go through and read it on its own. So you have to be, if you want me to comment on something like that, I don't know what you're talking about anymore. I'm sorry. Hey, Mertzi, good to see you. Kizna, good to see you. Everybody's saying hi. I love it how you guys say hi to each other and know each other, and it's like just hanging out at the park or something. Just everybody saying hi is so cool. I know the feeling, Lynn H. There's so many campaigns. Everybody needs money. Christmas is probably the hardest time to do fundraising. Ooh, gin. Ugh. I'm almost caught up, I swear. I managed to tucker it out and quite crazy today. They kept me past midnight. It flew. See, I'm with most of you guys. I don't drink very often, maybe once or twice a year. I'll have like 1 or 2 beers during those sessions, and that's about it. No, Ronnie, I'm not ignoring chat. It's just when I'm trying to read this and I can't really keep track of this and chat, and my brain just doesn't work that way. Yeah, I could put a few seconds delay on chat, but that kind of defeats the purpose of letting you guys talk to each other. I got Andrew P3 in here keeping an eye on things, so if a troll does work his way in, he can take care of him. Yeah, very chill place to be. I like it. It's very, local hangout, local coffee shop or something feel. I am all caught up with chat. Oh, and I should have put that back to the air raid screen so you guys had something to look at while I was reading. One other thing I do want to talk about is the new picture for my channel. Some of you know it, some of you don't, so let me tell you the story behind it. I wanted to look up and see how much it would be to buy a new vehicle in Ukraine for ZCU. I ran across this on my way to the car dealership, and that has sunk in with me very much. I liked it while I was there. I showed it off while I was there. It was the caption for many of my streams while I was walking around in Kyiv. And then I found out the story behind it. Pull this off to the side. Let's make sure I'm not on my town. So let me show you where that is at. So Kiev, I took the high-speed tram. Let's see. Yeah, I took the high-speed tram to this point right here. Walked up this street, and this is where that I saw that this. I said, these are the car dealerships here. It's like 10 car dealerships in one spot. But if we go, this is a spot right here. If you look at the building in the background, I just lost a picture. There we go. That's the building right there. You notice a couple trees here. This area was hit by a missile or a drone. I'm not quite sure about what hit there, but it was a big divot in the ground. And when they built it up back up, they put this here, and it just made it more dear to my heart that, you know, I got to see this. You know, this isn't anywhere that like a normal tourist would see. So it's kind of like my own little private statue in a way. But yeah, if you look across the street, car dealerships, Lexus is there, Yamaha, all kinds of dealerships, car dealerships are in there, and they just display it, you order it, and they ship it to you. So, very cool place. Very interesting to find out that like a brand new cargo van in Ukraine is about 20,000. Yeah, that's the story of my new channel picture, avatar, the heart, the clockwork heart. So just so you guys know why that's there. I don't know if that's the case or not, but let's see. See if we can get better pictures for you. So yeah, this is all like customer parking and service vehicles. The cars for sale are on display inside. You go in, you pick your car, you pick your color, whether you want an automatic transmission or stick shift or whatever, and then they order it from the factory basically and have it shipped to you. So it's nothing like it is in the US, where you walk on the lot and pick a car. So like Toyota was here, Opel was here, the bank's right there, Lexus, Mazda, Nissan, Suzuki, you know, all different dealerships all have their own displays, and you just one-stop shop, go in and pick your car. It was a pretty cool experience. I'm glad I did it. Especially glad because I found that thing. With that, let me get to Zelensky's speech for today. Oh, excuse me. I just burped a little bit and the horseradish flavor came back. And Mazda, I actually really like the Opals for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, I really like the Opals.
Дорогі українці.
So, full screen, let me play Zelensky's speech.
Дорогі українці, українки, сьогодні завершився розбір уламків та завалів в Києві після вчорашньої ракетної атаки. Сьогодні протягом дня також тривають роботи в нашому Херсоні після влучання російських бомб в онкодиспансер. На щастя, обійшлося без жертв. Люди були в укритті, пацієнти та медичний персонал. Цей диспансер працював і у час війни в обмеженому режимі, тільки те, що не можна було перенести з Херсону в інші лікарні регіону. Зокрема, лінійний прискорювач був тільки там, у Херсоні. Радіотерапевтичне лікування можна було отримувати в місті тільки там. Росіяни не могли не знати, що це саме медичний заклад і дуже цінний для херсонців. І цей цілеспрямований удар є нічим іншим, як знущанням з людей. Також були російські удари по Харкову, по Нікополю, по Донеччині. Просто терор, який Росія робить свідомо і за яких цих нелюдей з російської авіації ще й нагороджують. Але вони точно будуть відповідати. Прийде такий час. Ми обов'язково продовжимо завдавати ударів по російських військових об'єктах дронами і ракетами, і все більше українськими по саме тим військовим базам, по саме тій російській воєнній інфраструктурі, яка використовується в такому терорі проти наших людей. Наш захист абсолютно справедливий. Я дякую всім в світі, хто підтримує Україну у цьому. Підтримує, зокрема, необхідність збільшувати видатки на оборону європейських країн, на оновлення і технологізацію арсеналів в Європі. Дякую всім, хто забезпечує збільшення тиску на Росію за цю війну. Також хочу відзначити наших рятувальників та поліцейських, які особливо проявили себе цими тижнями в допомозі людям. Донеччина, працівники ДСНС України в області, Геннадій Демиденко, Владислав Поспєлов, Сергій Ахметін, Олександр Гуртовий, Ярослав Зайцев та поліцейські Євгеній Мусійчук, Євген Афєндіков. Дякую вам, хлопці. Харківщина, Руслан Курбанов, Михайло Коваленко, Володимир Оболенцев, Михайло Чорноморець, Дмитро Кушнір – це працівники ДСНС, також працівники Національної поліції в області, Олексій Нестеренко, Інна Кучеренко та Олександр Сухар. Дякую. Запоріжжя, працівники ДСНС України в Запорізькій області, Сергій Сафронов, Віталій Шеремет, Олександр Сичов, В'ячеслав Пенчев та Ігор Дубінін. Поліцейський Віталій Пустовар, Євген Кулик, Валерій Курбаков. Дякую вам. І також працівники міжрегіонального центру швидкого реагування ДСНС України Олександр Журіт та Андрій Балашов. Працівники мобільного рятувального центру швидкого реагування ДСНС України Віталій Лоїк та Микола Колода. Рятувальники з Черкащини Владислав Бердник та Олександр Кучеренка і київські рятувальники Віктор Балацький та Юрій Палієнко. Дякую вам, усім вам. Дуже вдячний вашим колегам, кожному, хто працює заради України та заради українців. Дякую всім, хто захищає нашу державу. Слава Україні!
Героям слава. And just to make sure you guys noticed, he does thank everyone who supports and fights for Ukraine. That is you guys. Sumi has a new air alert 6 minutes ago. I have an interesting set of videos for you today. I'm going to end with a feels good one and start with some interesting happenings. If I can find the beginning here, let me pull this over. Yesterday's stuff. Oh God, I gotta play this again. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. That's so funny. So we saw this video yesterday of the Korean artillery being sent through Russia. There's another video of that today. The damage from Kyiv that's cleaned up. The missiles from yesterday. Oh, come on. I've scrolled way too far up. So also yesterday I talked about the Russians starting to wake up. This guy burning down a recruitment center, or trying to. So a lot of our new videos from today are from Russia. This is from Kozak inside Russia. These were Ukrainian drones that were under electronic warfare and weren't navigating correctly, so unfortunately it hit a residential building. A second 5-story building is on fire in the same city. Again, these drones were under electronic warfare and couldn't navigate properly to their targets. The drones sent against Ukraine today from Russia. Translate this here. An S-400 surface-to-air missile was used as a missile against the city. Unfortunately, it got through. 57 of 113 enemy UAVs were shot down. 56 of those drones were lost in location, for all of the drones not reaching their intended targets. This is one of the dummy drones that Russia sends to distract air defenses from real targets. Somehow it decided it wanted to get a cat in the tree, but it even missed the cat. And that is the demining crews getting rid of Russian trash. Come back to this. This is about the oil spill. More information in Russia today.
Мама, у нас стрельба в отряде.
Grandmother set off fireworks in the mall in Moscow
Мамочка, у нас стрельба.
and started a panic. Russia dropped 2 Fab 500s on civilians housing in Slovansk. 3 people were injured. Look at that crater. Oh my Lord.
поломала. Да. А вот, смотри, глянь. Гараж, я в гараже был. Смотрите. Ну, порвало їх.
В цьому домі, куди потрапляння було, там жив хтось?
Жінка.
Да, там жінка була.
Жінка була. Да, вона сама жила.
Вона сама чоловік помер.
Дуже поранена. Прям все її завалило, під завалю
Да,
витягували.
то есть на руку наложили турникет, ну, все в крови.
Ну, жива, жива. Це головне.
Два подряд. Я орала дома на свист.
А ви тут поруч проживаєте, так?
Там, да, вона рядом.
Наискосок на оту вулицю, на переулку.
Два подряд. И никакого ни гула, ни шума, ничего.
Два рази освітилась і два рази вибуха було.
Перебуваємо в Слов'янську на місці обстрілу. Тут за моєю спиною був звичайний приватний будинок, в ньому мешкала жінка. Від потужного удару будинок було зруйновано повністю. Жінка знаходилась в будинку, отримала тілесні ушкодження, швидкою допомогою доправлено до лікарні. Зараз на місці працюють поліцейські, слідчо-оперативна група, обходять територію, фіксують наслідки удару. Поліцейські вибухотехніки проводять обстеження, шукають уламки та будуть встановлювати тип боєприпасу, яким було нанесено удар. От знайшли такі величезні фрагменти. Вони досить важкі. І ще навіть гарячі.
І поки що шукаємо залишки, за якими можна буде попередньо встановити, який тип озброєння було використано в даному випадку.
That was Sloviansk today. Back to Russians finally starting to wake up. Another set of fireworks in another shopping center. The guy was able to get away.
Блять, что это?
Что это происходит уже который день, блядь?
Не трогай меня.
Выходим все, выходим! На выход!
I can tell you, Niels, I'm not one of the people that enjoy it. On top of that, Russians set fire to a post office today. Again, with another set of fireworks. Pochta Russia. So, post office in Russia attacked there. The front of a bank was blown up as well today.
Двери взорвали, короче, что-то.
You see all the windows blown out around the bank. Oh, I forgot what this one was. Leningrad region, another, as they say in Russian, peasant threw Molotov cocktails at the post office.
Es sind Navarre.
So I think the Russian people are finally getting a little upset. I think that's all the... Oh, no, I got one more for you. Another babushka raid on the bank. Oh. Sorry, the video's a little jumpy. I don't know why it keeps pausing like that. It's not pausing on my end, it's the actual video. And you see she's starting to strike the match. I think it went up a little bit faster than she planned. A little too much fuel. We go back up and cover the oil spill. So, had some satellite images of the oil spill today. Before, after, and all that black gook is the fuel oil washing up and mixing with the sand at the beach.
Вот здесь хорошо видно масштаб трагедии. Это уже слоеный пирог получается из мазута и песка. Посмотрите, на какую глубину он уже проник. Приходится снимать слой песка где-то сантиметров 50-60. Вот перчатка для наглядности.
And just so you know, this is not the Russian
Это
government.
огромный титанический труд сотен людей. И что мы делаем? Мы складываем вот такие огромные поля.
Ordinary people going down there, digging out the fuel, oil, and sand mixed together, putting it in bags, and trucks are taking it to a disposal site. The Russian government is not involved in this very much. I think they sent 2 tractors to help haul these bags away. But you're seeing what Russia is doing to the beaches in the Black Sea. That was that video there. And then to catch up to where we were at down here. Again, along the Black Sea, this is what is washing up. 2 tankers sunk in the Black Sea with fuel oil. A third one was able to make it to port before breaking up. This is the results of Russia's oil for money at any cost. And unfortunately, it's the people that suffer, not in nature that's suffering. Not Russia. They need to pay for this. They need to get this cleaned up, but they're not doing anything. The 92nd, in conjunction with the 114th, repelled assault in the Kupiansk area today. Here is the video. As with most assaults, you see there's like one tank. One BMP here and 3 more BMPs. So one tank leading the way with multiple BMPs, 8 armored personnel vehicles followed behind it. That's how Russia's attacking they're sending these attacks. Georgian people are still protesting. Multiple weeks now that they've been protesting against a fixed election that put pro-Russian people in power, and the civilians are rising up against it. Sounds very Euromaidan. Of course, you have to have fun at the protests, and you see people in costumes, and thankfully everything's been peaceful. Well, I shouldn't say everything's been peaceful, but the protests are peaceful in these videos, thankfully. The reason I wanted to bring up the North Korean artillery before is there's a video of them getting closer to Ukraine. So, and just remember, it's on railroad tracks. Russia cannot operate without rail. At all. Unfortunately, that also means food for civilians are on the same tracks as the military equipment. Well, unfortunately, that's heading towards Ukraine. With the Russian point of view theme today, here's a Russian point of view of the receiving end of an FPV. You can hear it in the background. Sounds like me when I need fiber. Zelensky talked about the cancer treatment center in Kherson that was bombed today. Just to point out that this was a deliberate attack on it. This is video from a Russian drone specifically watching that hospital as the bombs came in. They knew the strikes were coming. They knew it was this cancer hospital. They knew it was the only treatment center for civilians in Kherson. Hey there, Golby. Good to see you. Yeah, this drone was specifically sent up to watch the attack on the hospital and report on the damage and accuracy of the bombs. Russia knew what it was doing, deliberately attacked a medical facility that had nothing to do with the war. They weren't treating wounded soldiers here. They were treating cancer victims here. I promised you a good news story at the end of this, and well,
Скільки між вами
there you
відстань?
go.
3000 кілометрів. Я живу в Польщі, далеко від
3,000
чеського кордону.
kilometers.
Ого, а вам не страшно сюди їздити?
Дуже страшно.
Страшно, да?
Так, але є речі, які, типу, я готова. Є речі, які сильніші за страх. О, типу, є почуття, які сильніші за страх. Я
100%,
приїхала
да?
перший раз в Павлоград, але це теж ніхто не знає.
Да. Ви знаєте, можете знати тепер.
О, Боже.
So these are Ukrainian soldiers coming back from their who were on the front line, visiting their wife, girlfriends, family. So hearts, hugs, and chat if you enjoyed that video. And that is all I have from Telegram today. Hope you enjoyed. Let's do a quick update on we're at 847, 152 euros to go basically, and it'll be time for another spoon of horseradish. Golby, thank you for, when I get down to Texas, I'm going to make sure you enjoy the same horseradish I do. Alexander, thank you. I appreciate your helping out the Alpha 2 company of the International Legion, getting these medics a vehicle to evac wounded soldiers. So we're at 847 now. Cars for Ukraine is at 94,233. Almost 1/3 of the way to the total goal. Thank you everybody for your support. Much love. I can't express how much it is. I'm very thankful for your help and love for Ukraine. Let's go down to the bottom and view all fundraisers. ATP Geopolitics carrying everybody here with 35,913. War Translated, Dimitri over at War Translated, 19,679. Mercado, 14,498. Succumus with 9,418. Silicon Curtain with 4,312. Rick the Ukrainian with 2,535. The Shills with 2,146. Johnny FD with 1,003. Come on, guys, we're so close. Let's pass Johnny and take the middle spot. Yeah, I did. Ozzy T says, per capita, we win. Definitely. This channel is the smallest channel doing the donations. Like I told Claire when we were talking about it, I don't know what we can raise, but you don't know until you try. So here we are trying. And yes, the deal still stands, even though I did the spoonful of horseradish on the shills today. We get that extra 153 euros, and that's another spoonful. Phil Ipner, 401. So everybody's doing a great job learning how to do it, fundraise. You know, we got a great crew helping us out. It's a great thing to see. LJ, you're always rushing to try and get some beadwork done. Garfield acting like a parrot. Yeah, Trump would work too. So, just wanted to say thanks to everybody for donating to Cars for Ukraine. You know, 4.25 or 4.5 cars left to go, or 5.5 cars left to go. So if you can afford to donate, the link is in the description below. It's also pinned in the top of chat. I appreciate every bit of support you guys can give. You know, even if it's just €5, and that's what you can afford, that's great. Many twigs make a bundle that's unbreakable. So, and like I keep saying, my favorite Ukrainian phrase, Razom do perможемо, together we will win, because that's how we have to do it together. It's not a singular effort. This is a group effort, and that's why I love this even more. Moving on to my least favorite part of the stream, mainstream media, popular media, whatever you want to call it. What if Russia wins in Ukraine? From The Guardian. We can already see the shadows of a dark 2025. Instability is growing. Putin's hybrid war in Europe is heating up, and the fear of escalation. We have encouraged global nuclear proliferation. There are human activities in which both sides can win. War is not one of them. Either Ukraine wins this war or Russia does. Ukraine's former foreign minister says bluntly that unless the current trajectory is changed, we will lose this war. To be clear, this is still avoidable. Suppose the roughly 4/5 of Ukrainian territory still controlled by Kyiv gets military commitments from the West strong enough to deter any further Russian advances. Secure large-scale investments in economic reconstruction. Encourage Ukrainians to return from abroad and rebuild their country. And allow for stable, pro-European politics and reform. In 5 years, this country joins the EU, and then, under a new U.S. administration, starts the process of entering NATO. Most of Ukraine becomes a sovereign, independent, free country firmly anchored in the West. That's not a hard goal. If you really think about it, that's basically sending what we've already promised to send in a timely manner. Not this, over $5 billion that was promised by the U.S. that still has not been delivered. The loss of a large amount of territory, the suffering of at least 3.5 million Ukrainians living under Russian occupation, and the toll of the dead, maimed, and traumatized would amount to a terrible cost. This would not be the complete victory Ukrainians have hoped for and deserve, but it would still be a victory for Ukraine and a historic defeat for Russia. A majority of Ukrainians could come to see it as such. In polling, the Kiev International Institute of Sociology has shared with me in advance, Ukrainians are asked if to end the war, they could, albeit with difficulty, accept the combination of economic reconstruction and EU and NATO membership for the current territory. In just the past 6 months, the proportion saying yes has jumped from 47% to 64%. So it's not the result I would have liked to seen. I would have liked to seen Ukraine push Russia out of its territory, but the slow roll of aid that was promised, not just by the US, but by other countries, promised it, never delivered, and delivered 6 to 12 months later. It's, you know, I keep saying, you know, we can't fail Ukraine, but in some ways we already have. Let's make up for it. Pump them full of military aid, get them rolling so Russia cannot do any more harm. This is going to be a hard one for me to read the rest of. I'm going to leave that for you guys and read that in private. Unfortunately, I know what that means for people. This victory is a small victory, small defeat for Russia, but an embarrassing one. But I know people in Ukraine that this is going to be very, very difficult for them. Rick the Ukrainian being one of them, because his hometown is under occupation. I know you guys have mixed feelings about Denis Davidoff. His hometown is in Crimea. His grandparents are still in Crimea. It's going to be this victory would be a hard victory for him to swallow. That's just two of the ones we all know. I know other people individually that are fighting to try and reclaim their homes. They wouldn't like this. It'd be a bitter pill, but still, at least it's some kind of victory for Ukraine. Wall Street Journal. Russia taps Soviet air stockpiles as armored vehicle supply dwindles. They've been doing that for years now. I'm not even going to give you guys the read of a click through on that one because it's not worth it. Ukraine faces difficult decisions over acute shortage of frontline troops. I wouldn't even say that's the case. It's more a shortage of training available for the recruits. There's people still going to recruitment centers trying to sign up that are getting denied because there isn't enough training slots for the troops that are there that want to join up. So it's a huge publicity thing that does not sit well. Covered that a couple days ago. Forbes, Russian assault group riding in pickup trucks got a special attention from Ukrainian forces. If they had more than just that one picture, it'd be nice. Pickup and sedan assault outside of the fortress city of Pokrovsk this week may have marked an inflection point It was probably one of the first significant Russian attacks where all the vehicles were civilian models. Open image, a new tab. So, yeah, all civilian vehicles trying to make the assault. That is the first I've heard of just civilian vehicles. Mostly what I've been seeing is the single tank followed by BMPs. So if this is what the point Russia's getting to, things may change in the near future. I just hope we actually see more of this, because unarmored vehicles are a lot easier to take out than the APVs and tanks. Right now, that's just conjecture, and hopefully we can see more of it in the future to verify. Yeah, even with you notice how the assault or the bombing of the cancer center is not in the news, but the one missile that killed 5 people in Russia, that one missile is headline news. And that was shot down and hit an apartment building. It killed 5 people in Russia. Yes, that's sad that civilians got killed in Russia. But this is headline news when it happens one time in Russia. But they bomb a cancer center in Kherson, and that's not even in the news. That's one of the reasons I started doing Okay, Goldbeamon is asking, my PayPal email is different from what is showing on PayPal. The only one I find on PayPal is give again with a Q. Is that me? My PayPal that's listed is not actually my personal PayPal, but it has a picture of me in it. Oh, that's the PayPal that I put down below, is for my efforts in Ukraine. No, not now. So let me pull this up here on my Ukrainian phone. Let me take view the picture. No, not take a new one. Okay, let me try this a different way. Sorry, I'm logging into PayPal right now. It's still not showing it in large scale. But if you are sending money to me on PayPal, it should be at Give Again UA with this picture. Let me do it this way. Of me at the zoo. That's what you should see. Yes, that's my name. Oh darn. Go ahead and try and dox me if you want. Oh, is that the right size? There we go. So, yeah, anything sent to that PayPal address goes into the housing for internally displaced people in Ukraine. I don't advertise it. I don't really talk about it. It's just I've had that set up so it runs pretty much on its own. So looks like Chernihiv is added to the air alert for 36 minutes. Does that answer your question, Golby? Yes, I found it. Okay, cool. Let me just make sure that's right. And yeah, okay. So that is all I have for tonight for the news. Thank you all for coming, supporting the stream and supporting my channel. I thank you very much for that. I thank you even more for supporting Ukraine. Have a good night. Stay safe, everybody. And remember, Razom de Peramojimo. Okay, that should clear out all the people that have to actually go do something. When I was staying in Kiev, this is the building I was staying in right here. You know, if you guys followed me through those streams, you know, I kept saying it was like living in the park. That is the doorway to my apartment. I was up on the second floor. There's the shop that I went to every day. I didn't keep more than a day or two worth of food or drink in my house. So I just went down, grabbed what I needed for the day, went back up. Oh, I forgot this, went down, came back up. Very beautiful area, but like this is late spring, and you can barely even see the building. One of the people I know in Ukraine through teaching English lives in this building as well. So literally, if I wanted to go out and do something, I'd ask her and literally walk out the building, go around to the backside to the entrances on the backside and meet her. So let me scoot down the road just a hair. And you see this little dirt path? This is the Marshrutka bus stop. That's not a Marshrutka. This is as far as I needed to go to get on the bus to get pretty much anywhere in Kyiv. Right there. And that Marshrutka would take me up to the Red Line up here. And I can take the Red Line Metro, get downtown, get across the river, go to the park in the middle of the river. If I had to go out towards Irpin, take the Red Line out to the stop here, and then it was a short little bus ride out from Kyiv to Irpin. The transit system in Kyiv is amazing. This is towards the end of the trip. I was doing daily walks over to this park. Some of you guys may recognize this park from my streams. I used to enjoy just sitting there looking at the flag on top of this building, watching the people walk around. Little theater stage here. Sometimes little bands would pop up and just play a show on that. Little kids park right here. You can't really see it in this angle. But this building in this picture was just being built. It was all done when I was there. Beautiful mural painted that wrapped around the entire building. And then this area here was turned into a flower garden. It was very beautiful, even in early spring. Everything was just starting to pop up. Towards the end of my trip, the tulips came up. It was very beautiful. If I could afford an apartment in Kyiv, I'd want to be around this park. For another reason too, there's like a little dog park here, a little exercise area over here with basketball courts, ping pong tables, little gazebo to sit in there. But the other important thing is right here is the entrance for the spa that I went and got my massages at. I miss getting a massage every week. That felt so good. Of course, you see Orlatko Park. It's Orlatko is a baby eagle. To get to the zoo, hopped on the Marshrutka, and instead of getting off here at the metro, the Marshrutka would take me all the way down Okay, I lost myself. Right here's the zoo, and the marshrutka would drop you off here, and the route started here. So I could just ride the marshrutka to the end of the line, cross the street, go to the zoo, hang out at the zoo. There's tons of little shops in here. I used to like going to Lviv croissants. Oh, where is it? Lviv croissants. Neat little place. And it was like 130, 140 hryvnia for a croissant sandwich. You know, a glass of lemonade would cost you about 35 hryvnia. So for like $4, you'd have a nice meal, free Wi-Fi, just hang out and do what you need to do. This street right here, in this park, the babushkas would set up their like little stalls to sell produce, canned goods. There was a lady right here. They did fresh squeezed orange and pomegranate juice every morning. They'd squeeze it, fill up bottles, and you know, like a small bottle was 100 hryvnia, and a big bottle was 200 hryvnia. And I'd get the big bottle of orange juice and a big bottle of pomegranate. Pomegranate would go in my backpack. I'd sit in this park, watch everybody walk by, drink my orange juice, enjoy the day. You know, the trees there are amazing. There's so many flowering trees in the spring. It's gorgeous. You know, it's just a little roadside park, nothing huge. But everybody's on their way to and from someplace. It's just, I developed this little trick in Ukraine. I'd be actually like this is one of the main benches I'd sit at, so I could see everybody walking by. And I'd pretend to be sitting there on my phone, like talking to my phone in English. And almost guaranteed, like once an hour, somebody go walk by and go, "You're American?" Like, yeah. And then a conversation would just start up, and we sit there and talk for 20, 30 minutes. Oh crap, I gotta go. My class is starting, because Polytechnic is right here. So big school right here. Amazing park right here to walk through. So that's the school right here, Polytechnic. And then has all these little paths, benches to sit down on. It's an amazing, like, forest park right in the middle of Kyiv. It's really neat because you can walk around and like you see spots where people set up bird feeders to feed the birds. Just an amazing. Oh yeah, people practice their English. You know, that's how I met a lot of people in Kyiv. I was a bit of a stinker. Okay, so there's the apartment I was staying in again. And right here was an entrance onto the high-speed tram, as well as here. So depending on which way I'd go, I'd walk to the opposite entrance. Like if I needed to go away from downtown, I'd walk over to this one, get on the back here, and I'd sit there and like look at my phone, like And I just look up, look around, and like all of a sudden just go, "Excuse me, does anybody know English?" in the tram, and end up like talking to somebody for however long it took me to get usually to this location. There's this little shopping center in here. It's pretty cute. And that's another way I met people in Kyiv, was just like just asking if anybody speaks English. "Oh, can you give me directions to this place? Oh, is there a good restaurant to eat at?" Yeah, driving in Kyiv's crazy, so without not having a license is not a big deal. But right over here, there's like this little barbecue joint. I think it's this thing right here. Yeah, Breka. And well, like you see the prices. Nothing. Well, okay, one thing is $1.50, but okay, there's a couple more, but under $1 for most of the food here. Add cheese for 5 hryvnia. It amazing little guilty pleasure. And I'd grab something to eat there. Come across here to this park. And I can show you a picture of this park. Everywhere you turn, Kyiv has these beautiful parks. Old church right in the middle of it. Benches all over the place, so if you need to stop and rest. And back there's the underground passages or under road passages to get to the shopping area. But like even in the housing areas, plenty of trees. There's always like a little kid's playground in here somewhere. I go back up to where I was staying at. So I was staying here. There was a kid's playground here. There was a kid's playground here, another one here, and another one here. And that's like all within my little building area. I don't think there's a bad place to go in Kyiv for a park. Oh, this park here. This park's really amazing. See if I can find this is a spot. So like a lot of locals call this the musical note park because of the shape of the pond. But I think it's up this way a little bit. Yeah, right there. So like a little adventure thing where the kids can go climbing, go up to the crow's nests, climb around, just have fun. That was really neat watching the kids run around this thing. Again, right in the middle of the city. Skyscrapers all around. Off over here there was an Italian restaurant. Oh, actually right here, I think. Oh no, it was over here. Okay. Yeah, here we go. So if I felt like Italian food, I just walk across here, come to this park, go eat my lunch, come back, walk around the park to work off my lunch. It's a beautiful, beautiful city. There's only two places where I really feel like it was an old, a city, like an American city. And that was right here. This is where two of the main streets intersect. They're almost kind of like highways, divided highways. Along this road, cars honking, traffic, blah, 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 blah. And then if you got like in this area of downtown, very congested right through here and this way. But then you have this huge university park here. And then this Tereshchenko Park. Amazing park. I loved coming to this park. I actually stood on these steps and took a picture of the building behind. This building here. Really amazing park. These cool statues throughout. And yep, there's the building I was talking about. They have this old trolley bus that they've turned into a cafe. Guys playing checkers statue. But let's see. Of course, the fountains weren't running when I was there, sadly. I would have loved to see some of the fountains going, but that will probably be after the war. Beautiful, beautiful sculptures. Unfortunately, most of these are wrapped in sandbags and protected. Like this is all wrapped up and has like scaffolding all around it to protect it. I'm not seeing pictures of the restaurant that's in that park, but let's just zoom in. Here we go. Opanas, Ukrainian restaurant. Really good food, really high end. Great restaurant if you want to go impress somebody. My only stipulation was not upstairs. But you go there on the weekend, they have live music. Great atmosphere, cool restaurant. If you're ever in Kyiv, you definitely have to go to Opanas. And of course, there's everywhere there's something to do. The Kyiv National Kyiv Picture Museum Gallery is right across the street. Another museum right there. Of course, there is McDonald's. Yeah. What was it that I was looking for? Oh, this park, it really isn't a park. It's what do you call it? It's a plant park. There's plants from all different places. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank. flowers, botanical garden. That's the word I was looking for. Um, Ozzy, the homes in Ukraine are not expensive. It's only expensive if you get into the big cities like Kyiv. You get like an hour outside of Kyiv and you can find $2,000 houses. Some even cheaper. There's this Hydro Park, right? Metro stops right here. Literally get off the metro and you're in a park. So right by the metro, there's all these little like snack bars, trinket sellers, restaurants, but you get away from the main area. And it's just a huge, huge forested area. Little cabanas and stuff you can have picnics at. Little sites you can go visit. I forgot what this one is, but yeah, you just walk around, ride your bike. Some people even drive their cars down these paths to get to where they want to be. And that's just one area. In the summertime, go to the beach. I wouldn't go to a beach on a day like that, but right there in Kyiv, right across from the Motherland Monument, just hang out on the beach. If you're lucky, you get there early. You can even be underneath the shade of a tree with a view of the Motherland Monument. It's a very, very beautiful city. Let's see. I walked across here. So the metro stop. Let me orient myself here. Okay, this is a big, like, bazaar swap meet type of thing right here. You come out there, cross this street, and go down here. And this restaurant right here is owned by the aunt of my friend. Really good food. But in this shopping mall right here is where I got my Vyshyvanka. So if you go to Kyiv and you can't find a Vyshyvanka, go in this mall and there's a huge clothing section with little stalls for each vendor. Like right at the end by the stairway and the escalators, there's a lady that does Vyshyvankas. I got mine custom made, tailored to me. So definitely the place to go for a Vyshyvanka that I know of. Let's see if there's any. No, that's not what I want to do. Okay, so the market, Russian chocolate, you'll see those everywhere. It's just farmers that get their produce and bring it to these markets. All kinds of stuff in here, from clothing to fishing supplies to fish vendors, meat, cheese, nuts, peanuts, dried fruit, anything look at all the dried fruit. Oh my. And that's 250 hryvnia per kilo. So like $4 So like $5 for 2.2 pounds, like $2.50 a pound for dried apricots. Let's see if I could spot my favorite in here. No, it was down the way a bit. But there's bazaars like that all over. The one I like to go to, it's called the Dnipro Market. And it should be right around here somewhere. Why can't I find it? I was at it. So the high speed tram that I get on right by my apartment stops right here, and right here is the entrance to the Dnipro Market. And it's the same thing, dried fruits, fresh fruits, need your meats, cheeses. Oh yeah. Just they even have clothing vendors in there. These aren't like thrift store clothing or people selling used clothes. These are new clothing. Oh, you want to be hungry? There you go. More winter. What I found, KKGG, is the best time to go is probably April. I was there from February, March, and April. And April was when everything started to bloom. All the leaves were coming out. All the activities were just starting up. Concerts, outdoor concerts were starting to happen. So at minimum, at least wait till April. I'm trying to get back there as soon as I can, but I'm thinking probably August, September, October, see what fall's like. I definitely miss the food. I don't miss this. There's a lot of sweets. Of course, every market has their cats. Yeah, it would be optimal. I would love to go, but I have too much to do here in June, July. It's right at the height of farming season here in South Dakota. So I have to cut the hay, bale the hay, get the crew to come out, pick up the hay, take it to the auction, get it sold, and that's where a lot of my extra income comes from. So I can't be away from here during that time, unfortunately. So if you like fish, there's the fish vendor, one of the fish vendors. Pomegranates. So there you go. See the prices, and this is per kilo, I think. I'm not sure. A little bit over $1 for some of it. Just the breast, $2 a kilo. Yeah, if you go to any Ukrainian city, they're gonna have one of these markets. One thing I will say is when you're walking around Kyiv, there's benches all over, but when you go to these markets, there are no benches. There's like 2 benches I found in this entire place. So I do like, this is the main entrance. I'd walk in here, do these couple aisles, come back out, sit down here, do a couple aisles, and then there's like a bench here. Do a couple more aisles and go to the fruit and veg vendors, and then there's like another bench back here. Yeah, it's an amazing city. I love to go back. Of course, hop on the high-speed tram, and it would take you to this little, like, circle area. Or, no, this one here. So it'd drop you off here. You literally walk over to the train station, and you can hop a train to anywhere in Ukraine. One of the places I went to, where is it? Was the city of Lubny. And just for comparison, it's not just Kyiv. This is the main street in Lubny. And you see trees. Oh, there's a building. Now, Ukraine has worked very hard to keep the cities, give the cities a green space. Let's see, even, going like over here in the more rural areas or in the more residential areas. Still have trees planted along the roadway. Some of them don't, some of them do. But this is the residential streets of Lubny. Great little city. I had a fun time there. I was only there for a couple hours, visiting one of my contacts there. Also went down to Poltava. And again, go right at the main drag. Well, that's not the main drag. So this is the end of the main drag. It does a loop around this park. And This is the park here. So heading out of the city or up through here. Again, what you expect of city sidewalks, a building, but then you turn around and look at the other way. Basically a park running down the entire middle of the main drag of the city. From here down to here, it's all like a little walkway park. Benches all around a clock tower in the middle of this intersection. Sit there and watch the city go by. Another town that's near and dear to my heart is over here by Kremachuk. In this town nearby, back here, you can kind of see the buildings. 3 of the houses that I've restored are in this town. Little bike trail next to the beach, and a nice little outlook over Dnipro River. And those are basically the places I went in Ukraine this trip. I want to go visit more. I was going to go down to Odessa. I wanted to head down there, and I have friends living in Yuzhny. But at that time, Odessa was getting hit with missiles and rockets pretty much every night. And, well, I was scared. Who wouldn't be? Sorry, I've kind of been ignoring chat and just daydreaming. I apologize about that. Not really, Mertzi. It depends on where you're at. In Kyiv, like almost all the signs are in Ukrainian and English. A lot of the signs are actually painted over so Russians couldn't get directions. I like certain fish. I like ocean fish instead of freshwater fish. Freshwater fish just smell like mud. Yeah, Duolingo's either works for people or it doesn't. Sadly, I've been away from it working on another program. Oh, Blonde, you're on a 104-day streak. Congratulations. That's not an easy thing to do. Yeah, the laws are a little different in Ukraine. It's not that bad. Common sense goes a hell of a long way. Blonde Bomber shows up is fine. Laugh it up there, boys. My first thought was laugh it up, fuzzball. Sadly, no, I have not had trout from that kind of stream. The main fishing spot around here is the Missouri River, and yeah, fish from the Missouri River taste like mud. In Arizona, it was man-made lakes. When I was in Washington, I had salmon during the salmon run when I lived in Kent. So, yeah, if the fish don't taste like mud, I'll eat them. No, I'm not getting a Trumpy trout. Screw you, Niels. So a lot of people come to Ukraine to visit this area. This is the Chernobyl exclusion zone. Yeah, you'd have to pay me a hell of a lot of money to go visit there. I've had enough radiation in my life. I don't want more. Between x-rays and cancer treatments and shit like that, I don't want to go anywhere near more radiation. Venezia, I really like Venezia. People say it's probably the prettiest city in Ukraine. And leave it to me to find a cool old car just dropping a pin somewhere. I have not been to Venezia myself. I've seen tours of it through other YouTubers like Pavlo from Ukraine. Oh, it looks like every other city in Ukraine to me. Making sure there's green spaces. Looks like those are all fruit trees. Yeah, so already in May, all the blooms are gone off the trees. I'd say if you're going to go to Venezia, you'd want to see it in the springtime, in April. There's a part of the city, I forget where exactly it is, but they have all, it might be this right here. Let me... There's this part of the city where they have all these potted plants and they bloom like a bright red in the spring. And it looks amazing. I just wish I knew where it was so I could show you guys. But like even the power boxes. But if you guys go to Ukraine, I don't think it's going to matter where you go to. The country is extremely gorgeous. And it pains me to see what Russians are doing to it every day. Bombings, drones. It is what it is. I hope you like the tour of Ukraine I kind of did today. It's an amazing place to visit. I'd love to go live there. One restaurant I would definitely recommend to you is a place called David. It's a Georgian restaurant. It's right here somewhere. but apparently they haven't put it on here yet. So right there's the entrance to it. Great Georgian food. I loved going there. I only got to go there a couple times, but I always enjoyed it. Yeah, almost 10:40, and nature's starting to call. I'm gonna call it a night. I need to go drop some gremlins at the Kremlin. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, you know what I should have done was joined like a Discord channel where everybody could hop into voice chat. That would have been cool. I'll have to remember that for tomorrow night. Good night, everybody. Stay safe. And remember, Razom the Peramojimo. Oh, you always got to flush the Kremlin. Good night.